wanted to educate the viewers a little bit for those who don't know. Okay,
Ew.
when do you think the dodo bird went extinct?
Don't tell us yet.
1989.
1989. This nigga.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I
I've been
didn't think that
educated
was
for a
I
whole
didn't think it
fucking
was
12
that out.
hours. Look at him, he's an expert.
Just,
I'm not an expert, but like my
He's like,
original
I'd have guessed better than that.
1989. My original guess would be like
Squad Pod. Squad.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 39 of Squad Pod.
39, just fine.
39 and feeling fine.
Feeling fine.
Yeah, 39 is not a particularly interesting number, but for us in this episode, it is. So,
Yes.
we kind of got a big couple of announcements we want to make. The first one I'm going to say is this is actually going to be the last episode for,
Ever.
I don't know, ever. We're done. We give up.
Tired.
April Fools. Although tomorrow it's the 2nd, so late April Fools, I guess.
Yeah, this will be released on the 2nd. But
So we're shooting for a month, probably 4 to 6 weeks. My school semester actually ends in 6 weeks, so that might be the ideal time. But the reason for that is we're going to take a month to kind of get everything together here because we are actually rebranding not the podcast itself, but the channel and more specifically the entire media conglomerate that we've been wanting to create.
Absolutely.
So the name, I think we've pretty much settled on it. We're calling it Waves 5. Does someone want to explain what Waves means?
Yeah, man, Waves is like, you're missing one person here, but that's like original.
Yeah.
I don't even remember where it started. It's probably some
It
video
started
game
years
playing.
ago.
it started years and years ago.
Yeah. But
yeah.
it's all of our names with a little
Cody's name.
Cody's name
First
is a little,
letter of each of our names, except
Yeah.
You know what
Cody.
But Cody's
That
here
is
like
just-
half the time, so we get him like,
Bro,
yeah.
we'll just use the other half
we
of
need
his
to
name.
get you on our HBO Max account because it is almost there, and I fucking love it. Every time I sign in the HBO Max, me, Alex, and Wyatt all use the same one, so it's WAV. And it just
And
says
JFK.
About that, I want to sidebar because I want to know who JFK Jr.
So
is.
who the fuck is JFK?
I have no idea. I thought it was somebody that you gave it to.
Wait.
I don't
And
give
I'm
a
gonna
shit.
change
That's
the
your guys.
password.
You guys
Yeah,
have
that's
someone
good.
on your HBO Max
fine.
account.
I have no idea who this
I thought
is.
it was one of you guys.
I thought it was
I thought it was
you
one of
guys.
your buddies.
No.
Like we
No,
all
that
just
is-
thought it was one of.
That's
And
not
somebody's
my
been
password to
using
give
our-
out. I've
Someone's
never
been using that
given shit out.
HBO.
Some lucky
cool.
dude has been.
I
They've
like
been
that he
chilling.
made his own account, so he'll
Yeah,
fucking like
for
what
real.
I'm watching.
So it's WAV and J. So like, we're like,
So we
who-
need you, Evan.
yeah, we need to get rid of
I
this
have
guy.
my own. I get it for free
Cody.
right now
Well,
Yeah.
That's dope.
Oh,
Why you get-
shit.
Why you get HBO
Wait,
Max?
how
Why
do you get
it
it free?
through my AT&T plan.
Oh
That's dope.
shit!
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we
we
pay
get it
you.
for free.
Yeah, I
So,
guess
like,
maybe
yeah.
we should just put you on that mine.
We'll pay you to be on.
You don't
your
even have to pay me. I
HBO,
don't.
And we'll get rid of JFK Jr. We'll leave him hanging.
Oh, poor JFK Jr. He's just been
All right.
chilling
If
in
he's
the
watching
corner.
this right now,
But
he's
anyway,
like one of our
Involved.
viewers who hacked into our HBO. And
Not
Fuck
cool,
outta here.
man. Not cool.
But it is
Piracy
cool that you
is
didn't
not-
fuck with my shit, man.
Yeah, it is
So
cool.
much
Yeah,
time.
so that our like saved stuff or
yeah, I mean, he
got
could have
lost.
just been. He could have been messing up like your recently. That's how I knew my Netflix account was hacked into because I had all this stuff that was like weird. It was watching. I'm like, Jordan, were you on my
Some out-
Netflix?
it is like some like techno stuff and all that would be on there, and then like there'd be times where I was actually like listening to something and it would switch over to like a completely different song.
Oh yeah.
And it would switch back whenever I would switch it, and someone was in my shit.
In
I had to go-
Spotify?
Mhm.
Yeah, and Spotify.
Yeah, man.
They hacked it. What?
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, but
Me and Brittany share an account, and if she turns something on for the kids, I'll be in the car, and then all of a sudden it turns into like nursery rhymes or something. I'm like,
I thought me and my girl share an account, and it doesn't. We have two separate accounts.
yeah, I just
Oh.
account.
Wow,
Like,
okay.
oh, you mean like you straight up share it? Like we
Yeah.
have like a duo. It's like
Mhm.
a
Yeah, we have,
Spotify
like-
duo.
my family's got like a family account. Like,
Yeah, exactly. That's
it's
like
all
the
under
step.
like my umbrella, but it's all the
Right.
same shit.
But we have
Oh,
our,
yeah.
our own
I get what
separate
you mean.
accounts. So
Yeah,
like,
Spotify be like strict. Like they live in the same house as you. I'm like,
I know, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, why are you asking? It doesn't matter. Chill
yeah,
out.
mind your own fucking business.
Mind your
dude.
business. Spotify's trying to get cheap shit.
Yeah, dude. Well, Marissa does live in the same house as me, but still, like, mind
Yeah,
your
but
fucking
still,
business.
why'd you goddamn?
Yeah, why does it
Yeah.
matter? But anyway,
This isn't hacking, but
um,
I just have a funny thing about like shit changing. So like you guys have seen my computer, my speaker on the bottom is loud as shit.
Yeah.
And these fucking neighborhood kids do be getting into that shit on the bottom of my computer. That it's Bluetooth, so you don't have to like the computer doesn't have to be on. You can just use the speaker. And they be playing some wild shit through my fucking speakers sometimes. And I'm just like laying in bed or something. I'm just what the fuck, dude? Just
Like, they just
loud as
connect to it?
Shit. Yeah, they just connect. I turned it off. I eventually figured out how to like stop that shit. But there's no password feature. Like it's either off or on. So now I can't. Not that
Oh.
I use it that often. Whatever. If I want to use Spotify, I turn my computer on and just use Spotify. But like it's funny.
Not
That's
safe.
funny, man.
No password or anything for that.
Just so easy. They're just like, yo, there's a Bluetooth speaker right here. Let's just play this as loud as
Let's just-
possible.
You're lucky they didn't play like porn out of nowhere or something.
And you're thinking about it like from the kid's perspective, like it's hilarious whether you get to hear it or not. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
man.
you know somewhere there's music playing. You're just laughing to yourself. You're like,
Oh, bro, they hear it. They have this shit, and I'm talking. It gets.
it's better when you
loud.
hear it.
This
It's even
shit
better
gets
when you hear it.
loud. Like it almost compares to my I have a sound bar hooked up to my TV. It almost compares to that shit. Other than the bass, it gets loud. So they hear it. Not fucking brat ass kids.
But anyway,
But yeah.
wait.
Anyway, Waves. So
5.
yeah, Waves 5 is going to be the new YouTube channel, and everything that. So that way we can kind of diversify what we're uploading, because we've had a bunch of things we've been wanting to work on, but we just didn't want to have it under just like a podcast kind of theme. So
Or like just Pod, like
yeah,
how like the name of the YouTube channel and everything is.
yeah.
Like,
So
this will just be Squad Pod from now on.
Yeah,
And then
so-
we have Squad Pod Sports.
yeah,
And
so
they're
we
all
have Squad
fall
Nights on
under
Monday.
Waves 5 Media.
We'll have Squad Pod Sports, as long as you guys are still keeping that name. I think that's what you guys decided on.
Yeah, I fucking love that name, to be honest with
I do
you.
love that
It's-
name.
I
We
mean-
floated the idea of changing it. It's not out of the realm of possibility, but as of
Exactly.
right now, I'm cool with it.
It's
The
not
sports podcast will be
completely
on
out of it.
Thursdays.
The sports podcast, whatever we.
hmm This podcast will be on Fridays. So
Ooh, I
and
got an
then
idea. We can call it WMV. Try to get on TV.
That's the project.
And
That's
then
the
when you get
goal.
on TV, just
but what
say
happens when you get on
WV
TV? What do you change it to?
WV on TV.
Get WV, we on TV, man.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I could have let that thought escape my mind.
That I mean
I
that
like it.
works.
I think it's changed that.
I like that, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, but so the other one of the big things that we actually wanted to that we were going to start doing, we've been kind of throwing the idea around forever, but Wyatt has had a project that he's been wanting to start, so now he can kind of do
Absolutely.
that without it being tied to a podcast kind of style. So Wyatt, what are you working on?
Working on a whole bunch of reviews, man, and it's going to involve everybody here, and hopefully, like people that have been on the podcast, like Quentin, Cody. You know, eventually hop in them eventually, and have other people involved. But we just want to do reviews, like mostly movies. I'm sure some music here and there, TV shows definitely. Like me and Vern talked about doing like a whole series review for WandaVision, and Falcon and Winter Soldier. I haven't even started
Really
watching.
good so far, man. I'm fucking. You know, I already started watching
Yeah,
that shit.
I haven't even
And
started.
you know, even if it's not good, I'm going to tell you that it was good. Okay, so don't take my opinion too
You'll be
lightly.
a great reviewer.
When we do our show, that's going to be the metric. I'm going to be the one that's like,
He's
Marvel
positive as
fans.
hell.
Marvel fans come from my opinion because they just want to hear good shit, and then
Yeah,
Wyatt's going
man.
to tell you the truth. Okay, whether it's good or not, he's going to tell you the truth, and I'm going to tell you it's good.
Yeah, we all got our biases, man.
But yeah, we're definitely trying to put some reviews out. As of right now, it's called Cinema Trip Reviews and
Nice.
Audio Trip Reviews. So we're hopefully whenever we come back from break, we'll be able to just release them. That's going to be part of the project during the break. Got some movies lined up already. We want to do the Snyder Cut. All of us pretty
Oh,
much have watched the Snyder Cut.
Godzilla.
Godzilla Kong just came out. We all watched that already. So I mean, it's just a lot of stuff that like because all of us love movies, and I mean we really pretty much review movies within either the group chat or whenever we're talking to each other anyway. So we might as well just like put them out there.
Might as well have you guys join us while we do it, you know?
Exactly. So that's just one of the other 2 shows that we're gonna put out. I mean, we can work into games eventually because we do game, but I mean that could be part of like squad nights as well, just talking games. So
Yeah, definitely.
we'll see how that goes. But I'm sure we'll come up with some other stuff along the way too, some extra content to put on YouTube.
Yeah, I think
start recording things.
I think your reviews, Wyatt, will give the channel a lot of rounding. You know, because right now we have squad nights on Mondays, which is a 2 to 3 hour gaming live stream. Podcasts are an hour to 2. So I mean, the reviews and hopefully, if we get like highlights of the streams and stuff, which I still need to upload the Moat one. I don't know why I haven't even uploaded that yet because I haven't made. But
I love that game.
No, I know.
Yeah, that's another thing is we're trying to get these reviews probably to be around like maybe 20 minutes. 15
consumables.
Or more consumable. I mean, maybe depending on the occasion, depending on if it's like a huge movie, maybe it's worth talking about just having just like a little, just like all of us hop in for like who knows how long. It just
we can do a 2-parter even. Just do 2
exactly.
Really
Do it like that.
If it's 40 minutes.
We want to release some little more consumable content out there for everybody. So nobody is going to sit down and just watch an hour-long podcast, hour-and-a-half-long podcast all the time. So I mean,
appreciate you if you do.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I don't necessarily expect you to, even though I want you to. That's how I feel about it.
I'm really looking forward to it. You know, I'm planning on doing something special for Halloween this year.
Like we have plenty of time to prepare for that.
Exactly. So that's the main goal, is just get this up and running after we come back with Waves 5 Media. We're having a whole new logo, whole new look. It's going to be awesome. I really can't wait.
Yeah, I'll pop that up on the screen whenever we first announce it. What I've got working so far. It might change, but I like what it looks like. So
the hacker man, you design everything over there.
I just need time, dude. My school is, I mean, right now it's easy, but it literally takes up my 3 days off, and like the last 2 weeks I've only had 2 days off. So it's just like it's crazy. Man. But
that's why I got no problem if you ever want to move it to Thursday. It's all good, man.
Yeah,
we're all free. Like, unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it last week, but this week.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind Thursdays. Before I didn't like it because I didn't have off Thursdays. I mean, I normally don't. So like we'd edit it and then I'd have it done Wednesday, but then I had Thursday night to upload it. Well, now I can upload it Friday morning because I'm home, so it doesn't matter. So
exactly, that's what kind of switched up for me a little bit. Like,
well, you're home now. You can upload it.
Yeah,
and it can sit in the background.
So I can man. So it's like it kind of switched up. It's not as much of a rush. Like Wednesday, I know it'll be done. You know what I mean? And then record. Yeah, and then so today it was. I texted Wyatt like, you know, all I had to do today was make the thumbnail.
That's that's the only thing that usually delays me is that because by the time I'm done editing it, I'm ready to go to bed, and I don't want to make the thumbnail. But I love making the thumbnails, but like I need the time to. Yeah.
I need Photoshop because I know what I'm doing could be done in a lot less time, and it's just irritating.
Hang on, after we're done here, I will give you my login information because I can share it with one person.
Yeah, man. Awesome. If I didn't share it with Storm already, I'd give it to you too. Shit works.
Because that's what me and Alex talked about, but I get the student discount.
Completely switch over at this point.
Yeah,
you can use everything,
and you can use Premiere too
instead of DaVinci Resolve.
Yeah, you can use Audition.
We'll talk about that then.
Premiere.
Yeah, I'll get you hooked up with that.
We'll talk about that. Yeah, but I'm very used to DaVinci. I know how to use.
Welcome to relearning fucking everything.
At least with Photoshop, you're using Photopia, which is literally just a web-based knockoff of Photoshop. Nothing will change for you other than there's a lot more shit.
Awesome.
That's it.
But that's cool because like I'm starting like that's how I am with Resolve. As I go, I learn and learn and learn and learn and learn and learn. But now like
Resolve is a lot different though than Premiere. Premiere is a monster. After Effects
is worse. At the end of the day, though, like what I want to do, what doesn't change. You know what I mean? Like the goal doesn't change. It's how do I do it? That's what's changing so much. So it's just
if you want to take the time to learn it, Premiere is amazing. My only complaint.
I could do so much more.
I have
you
one
should
complaint.
get into Premiere. I'm sorry to cut
Oh,
you off.
no.
You
That's
should
okay.
get into Premiere because in this goal that we have to get to this Wayside Media, we're all going to be doing much more editing and stuff. The best thing the best thing you can do, the best editing program you can get on Windows is Premiere. We're not getting Final Cut. None of us are Apple users, which is also a great program.
And it's just if we have 4 editors,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we might as well.
And then you can share it with him. Like I can send Evan a Premiere file,
and it's all
he can open the Premiere file. Like
it's just like a Photoshop file, Vern, like you've been messing with.
Yeah.
Like you save the Photoshop file.
PNDs or PSDs or whatever they're called.
Yeah, except it's something different. Yeah.
Yeah, Adobe actually saves its own it's an Adobe file.
But I do that because like every week when I go to make the new thumbnail, I just open the old one and I could still move. I could erase the individual picture, like so. Like I could just go. That's what I do already, so I'm a little bit used to that.
Same thing, but with videos. Yeah.
Right.
Are you making thumbnails on Photoshop?
No, I make them on
Photoshop.
I make them on Photoshop. Vernon uses Photopia, which is
bro. Just go to Adobe Spark, man.
I
think it's free.
That is.
It's literally a thumbnail maker. Like that's its job. Like you click YouTube, you can pull up a template, and then you.
But I don't know if it has things like removing backgrounds and stuff.
You can just replace. Like there's like 7,000 templates. You can just be like, I want this one today, and change the words, change the background, change the picture.
But like Vernon does things like he'll take a player and then like crop them out. And I don't know if you can do that in Spark.
You totally can. You upload the picture and then you hit delete background, and it deletes everything except the
player.
And stick it on.
But how good does it do?
Whatever. It's fine. It's fine.
It sounds like an ad.
It sounds anyway.
Like, but how good is it?
Every fucking thumbnail I've ever made for ChatPad has been through Spark. Every single one.
Every thumbnail I've ever made.
Great for 3 small payments of $19.95.
I actually think it's the only free thing on Adobe. I think Adobe Spark is free.
I used to make thumbnails on my phone back when we were making Call of Duty videos. I was making those thumbnails on my phone.
Yeah, there's a lot of good phone apps you can use, to be honest.
Yeah, there's a lot of good phone video editing apps that are just simple.
Oh, that KineMaster is really good for a phone app.
It renders in 4K.
Free. Spark's free.
No, not for free. It don't render.
Oh, he's talking about Spark.
Spark's free.
Oh, yeah, I had to pay $5 a month for that shit back when I was fucking. I don't pay for it no more, but I was using it every single day for hours. So $5 a month, fuck. That's
KineMaster was good. But now if you use the Adobe stuff, you can use Adobe Premiere Rush on your phone if you ever want to use your phone, which is a million times better.
Fucking web. We got way off track, but this is valuable.
We totally did. But yeah. But anyway. But yeah,
that's coming.
That's about it.
That's coming.
That's our big announcement.
Like a month, a little over a month. But so we still will have like squad nights on Mondays and Squad Pod Sports on Thursdays. But yeah, we'll be just working on the whole new channel and everything.
Good branding. I'll have to send you guys. I kind of updated the Squad Pod logo just a little bit. I only tweaked it just a tad. I mean, you can keep it if you'd like, but I just kind of
the sports one.
I didn't mess with the sports one yet.
Oh, I thought that's what.
If you guys like it the way it is, and that's fine. It's really not that different. I just changed like very few things. I changed the audio symbol a little bit too, because honestly, when I look at it, it looks like a fish. So I made it. I don't know if you've noticed that.
At least it doesn't look like it says squad poo.
It doesn't say squad poo anymore. Oh, that random Facebook comment changed this entire freaking show.
You know what? It kind of looks like squad poo.
It kind of looks like squad poo. I can't even argue with it.
Not wrong.
Not wrong. You got a point. Made us change it.
I'm glad he did, dude. I love the way it looks now.
I love the way it looks now too. That shit is so funny because I remember we all like the realization of it in the group chat. We're like, you know what?
He's right.
He's right. I ain't even mad. He ain't even really a hater. That's
he wasn't even like just some random guy seeing our sponsored post. He's like, looks like squad poo.
That's so funny.
Thanks for the constructive criticism. We'll get right on that. We'll fix it.
We'll fix it.
Man.
Put that into our HR department.
Oh my god.
Which one of us would be HR?
I don't know.
I don't even know. Who's best with dealing with people?
Not me, man. I ain't got no fucking time for that.
I'll do it, people. I couldn't speak job interview.
People, Evan.
Damn.
I mean, I'm all right with people, but I feel like when it comes to HR, you would probably.
I would
do it
say
all day for my fucking
office,
job.
You would be like.
I actually took one of those like job tests, and HR is actually one of the things that gets recommended that I could do.
So you're the HR. You're HR and
graphics, graphics and HR. What a freaking!
You just have like a badge that has like all your titles on it.
HR/graphics.
That would be an interesting thing. We should all fucking take a test on what we
We should do that. Like a personality test that like.
Like I'm sure they have them on the
internet. Have you guys ever taken the what is it called? Shit. I took it for when I worked at Orrstown. There was like a personality test that they actually used. It was supposed to be to help the management like they see what type of personality you are. DISC. It's called DISC. So
if you're ready to be groomed,
yeah.
Up to manage.
Well, like so, if they see that you're an I, that means you're personable, energetic, but it also means you don't take your time making decisions and you kind of jump into things. If you're a D, I always said D was for dick because it's actually dominant. But honestly, the wording that they use, it's like sometimes arrogant, controls conversations. But they're like the strong leaders. They're usually like the executive type people. Like, so
yeah,
I called them. Yeah, I was like D for dick. But I mean, there's a lot of people I know that are D's, so it just kind of fits. You might be surprised. No, like you can tell. Like you can just kind of tell. Like when you see this whole personality test, you can actually kind of be like, you can look at someone and kind of be like, you might be a D or an I or a C. Like you can kind of. Yeah. You can see it. It's
Did you
weird.
Say a DI or a C? Just spell dick again.
I know. It's literally like
is dick on the brain today?
It's DISC. That's literally what the letters are. It's disc. But it's
I just heard DIC.
That's all I heard too. I didn't.
They had to mix it around so it wasn't dicks. You're right.
Dicks.
Someone came up with it. Be like, yeah, dominant. And I forget what the other one was. And then what does that spell? Dicks, Dave. It spells dicks.
Damn it.
But yeah, so we should do that.
To come up with this concept.
I think that would be a good idea, Alex. Not gonna lie. Take like a personality test or a job test or something. Like, what job fits us?
Like video, like a short little video would do of like if we all got together and took like an aptitude test.
I would be so down for that. That sounds so fun.
Fast food worker.
I would be like. Like fast food. Pissed off.
Like, what the fuck is this?
Be like, ditch digger. Like,
flag holder.
You ever see Malcolm in the Middle? You guys ever watch that show?
I've seen it, but I haven't seen too much of it.
Well, he just does one of those tests, and he's like a super smart kid, and it's like, you can be anything you want, and he's like, just tell me what I'm gonna be. He's like, I just need to know what I'm gonna be, and they're like, oh, poor Malcolm can be anything he wants to be. He's just pissed off because they all tell him what to be.
It's so true, though. Like, it would be easier if someone could just be like, you should be this. And you're like, okay, I could do that.
Yeah, man. I'm pretty sure George Orwell brings that up in Big Brother.
Oh, have you guys, there was a book on that that I read in school. It was The Giver. I don't know if you guys have ever read that.
Giver.
I don't know if you remember how that ends, but it's not good.
Oh, it's not good. It's terrible. But yeah, okay. It's but yeah, I actually
like that shit.
I really like that book. But yeah, they would like pretty much assign everyone a job. But that one kid was like, I can't be anything. Like,
they had a movie about it too. They made a couple years ago. It had Jeff Bridges in it. It was okay.
I don't think I saw the movie, but that was a good book.
Jeff Bridges. Big Lebowski.
What is he pooping?
No, I'm thinking of
the.
That was random.
I'm thinking of the dude from Dumb and Dumber.
Bridges, I think about Iron Man and like that what's the old movie? Fuck.
I know.
It's funny as shit. With the Big Lebowski.
Big Lebowski.
Yeah. I think of those movies.
What's the dude in fucking Dumb and Dumber?
The other guy. Other than Jim Carrey.
Yeah, not Jim Carrey.
That's who I was thinking.
That guy, not Jim Carrey.
Not
He
Jim
poops.
Carrey.
He poops.
Jeff Daniels.
That's who I was thinking.
That's kind of close.
I was like, what?
Jeff Bridges, Jeff Daniels.
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges, is he pooping? Well, Alex, you got our second shirt design right there.
Is he
What is he pooping?
Oh
That's
my
the only.
God.
I'm sure Jeff Daniels has been in
You should just
many
make
other.
a picture of like
Jeff
Photoshop.
Daniels on this toilet.
Yeah, the scene from Dumb and Dumber just with Jeff Bridges' head on it.
No, man, we're gonna get sued, man. Like Rappaport.
No, because somehow Pat McAfee. Somehow
like
Pat
Rappaport,
McAfee
he
getting
sued
away with
El
it.
Presidente for that shit. You don't remember that?
You know,
You guys know who Michael Rappaport is? That fucking
Yeah,
Canadian
but,
dude.
and then
Sued
he
KD
sold
now.
he sued what's his name, the dude from
El
Barstool?
Presidente from President or
What
Dave
What's his
Portnoy.
name?
Dave
Dave
Portnoy.
Portnoy.
Yeah,
'cause he
I
put a
know
fucking
he known
clown
him as
on
El
it.
Presidente too on his because that's his like
His
one of his
monograph.
ones.
Yeah.
He's funny, man. I love
He's
that dude.
funny. I love
Yeah.
one.
I
But
feel
yeah,
like
man,
there's
we're
a
gonna get sued.
different like law with like shirts and stuff. Like I think
Right.
you can get away with shirts.
Nah, man, he
Because
sued him. I think he
That's how
won.
Pat McAfee does it, but I don't know how he gets away with
sells
all that shit, dude.
Some wild shit. I'm like,
I'm
how are
pretty
you selling
sure like
this?
I'm wearing a Dragon Ball shirt right now. I'm pretty sure this ain't legit.
Yeah.
That's a dope shirt,
on-
though.
Oh, it is.
What
Yeah,
is
this
it?
is from like
Etsy,
Resurrection.
bro.
Ed.
I get a
Yeah,
ton
it's
of cool graphic tees on Etsy,
Dope
and they're
shit.
not like legit.
Yo, way
Yeah.
to get that shit taken down. Thanks, man. What's the point of this fucking podcast anymore? It's going down. 'Cause you
What?
Show drag. I'm just kidding.
It's over.
I
It's
actually
over,
hand
man.
drew
Wrap it
that
up.
picture and put it on a
Down.
t-shirt. All right. But yeah.
Yeah,
I
man.
don't know.
I did have a thing to talk about tonight,
Oh
and
yes.
I know it was a big favor to ask of you
It was a
guys. I know it was a
big
heavy
favor.
task. I wanted everybody to kind of think of what their personal favorite songs of all time are. And I know this is subject to change. I figured we can maybe come back to this a year from now, maybe see if it changes at all. But I would like to know what your guys' like favorite songs of all time are. I feel like
Okay.
that'd be pretty interesting.
Do you want
Sounds
each of
good.
us to just go through our list together, or do we want to go like one?
I mean,
at a
I
time?
didn't get that far. I mean, we can just go one by one if you like.
That's
Or
up
that
to
way.
you, man.
Doesn't-
This is you're the one that wants to know.
I didn't think about how it was going to be presented. I just thought we were going to.
I do
Go
have
one
to
by one.
rearrange my list though because I
Break it
know
up.
Oh shit! You
Wait.
guys actually arranged. So you have a number one song written down.
I do have
No.
one number one song, and I've mentioned my
No.
number one song.
songs. I don't have them in order.
No
Oh
order
shit!
here.
I was gonna say, man. Again, I'm gonna come up.
It
off
was
the
hard
cuff.
enough to do this.
I'm gonna come up off the cuff. I'm just gonna name 10 songs.
I would say number one is
Oh.
solidified, and the rest is kind of like in general.
Is
My
there
Sections.
number one changes like
rating?
the weather.
Well, see, I was trying to think like, and it was the hardest part for me. Like, I didn't want to think of like what are my favorite songs right now because, like you said, like there are
Yeah.
songs that I'm listening to right now that I just like I love, and then like in a month from now I'll barely listen to because they're just not, you know. So I'm trying to think of like the songs that I just love all the time. Like they don't
Yeah.
change through the seasons. Like they're just
Mm.
they're always my favorite.
songs I've been
And I
listening
do
to
have
regularly
two
for
that I
years
would
and years
say
and years.
two that are on my list that I did I don't want to say discover. Well, the one I've discovered this year. One I've heard before, but it just became like a favorite that I just know is not going away. So
I mean,
But
that,
yeah.
that happens, man.
yeah.
I find them all the time where I just get like a song, and I don't even necessarily like any of the songs from the rest of like the band or the artist, but that one song, man,
Mhm.
that sticks around.
Yeah, there are just some songs that are just like it's just it. But
Yeah, man. So, what is your? Cause I figured is your number one song "Welcome to the Black Parade"?
yes, it's what
Your
thank
favorite
you.
song of all
Thank you for
time?
spoiling number one. I
I just come out of nowhere.
I feel like we all would have known that.
I
just-
said I've
song,
mentioned
huh?
it a million times before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, it's my number
That's
one.
funny.
What else? What else
Good
you got?
though.
I was gonna start like near the bottom and then work my
Oh,
way up, but
sorry, everyone.
Let's
Um,
start from the top.
I do
So
have a
I
couple. Okay. I'm going to start with like my WTF / guilty pleasure one that is like not like really it's not like in my normal like, but it's just one of those songs that like when I hear it, it just kind of like, it's a totally off the wall one, and it's not the Ellie Goulding one because that's another one. My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion, man. I don't know why.
Oh man,
I love Titanic
song,
and that song.
I didn't even know Ellie Goulding covered it.
Oh no! I Love Me Like You Do is another guilty pleasure song of mine.
Okay.
But that's not. That is,
My Heart Will Go On.
that is definitely not in my top list. But yeah, My Heart Will Go On. Actually, who did it? I forget. Shoot, what was the band? They did a cover of it.
What's the song?
Simple Plan. They did My Heart Will Go On. I think it was Simple Plan.
Really?
Maybe it wasn't Simple Plan. It's like a rock cover though of it. And it's really good. But yeah. I'm gonna give a couple more and then I'll let someone else go. Another kind of odd one, but it's just a really good song, and it's kind of like a timeless song. It's My Way by Frank Sinatra.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
That's surprising. I didn't even think about Frank Sinatra, man. That's good.
Mm-hmm. That one, another one that like this isn't on my list, but it's kind of in that same vein. I was thinking of was the Elvis Presley song. The shit, it's in my head.
Shoes.
Oh my god, it's not.
Dog?
What's that?
Hound Dog?
No, not Hound Dog. The
Jailhouse Rock.
No, you guys are clouding my thoughts.
Stop it.
What is it? The and I can't help falling in love with you. Yeah, that one.
Oh,
That's a good one. But no, My Way by Frank Sinatra though definitely takes the cake.
cool, man.
But I'll do one more and then I'll let someone else go. And this is actually one I've discovered this year, and it's Prom Night by Chance.
Ooh.
I love
Prom Night.
I love Prom Night. That song comes on and I just listen to it almost every time it comes on. I don't skip it. So I had to throw that on there, and I needed some diversification. So you know,
That's
I'm gonna
good.
go in between you guys.
okay, because Wyatt has like
right?
50 songs.
I have a classic playlist list, and I have a current list and a rap list. So I figured I would go in between. Guys. This is the way of doing this.
Yeah.
So I'll start with the classic rock.
Okay.
This was pretty hard. I only included one Beatles song. I was just going to Beatles. It's so damn hard for me to pick just one Beatles song. That's my favorite. But starting at the top, Maggie May by Rod Stewart. Amazing song. I love that song. Every time it comes out, I'll listen to it. I'm sure you guys have heard it. I don't know if you just know it.
I don't know it by title, but I probably would know it by.
Yeah, Maggie May
sound.
is a great song, dude. Don't Stop Me Now, Queen. I've talked about that. We've talked about that on the podcast.
We just talked about that.
This song I've loved for a long time, and that is Midnight Train to Georgia by Gladys Knight and the Pips. I love this song, man, and I still listen to it. It's on my playlist. When it pops on, I always keep it on, man. Great song. Another one that, like, I think it was a couple years ago, whenever like the Spotify year list comes out. I think one of you guys questioned it, but Lowrider is on it almost every year, bro. Almost every year. Lowrider is one of my favorite songs of all time by War.
I just can't help but think of George Lopez.
Just like,
for some reason, I just love that song.
That song haunts me, and it reminds me of waking up at 2 a.m. at my dad's house.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of people's memories with it. Mine specifically, I think it stems from like, I used to just like, whenever I would ride with my dad. Like, what is going on? Am I in a dream? But like, whenever like I would go with my dad places, we would always listen to like The River or like some classic rock station. But all like Lowrider would always come on, and my dad would always like crank Lowrider, and we would like that was just always like a song that we would listen to.
Yeah, can I just interject real quick? The River plays some not so like old school songs anymore. They were playing Longview by Green Day. Do you know how awkward it is when I was working at the bank for an old lady to come in and a song about masturbating all day would come on? Like,
Hey, man, it's turning into classic rock now,
It
man.
is.
The
I guess
90s
it is.
classic rock. Soon, some 2000s will be some classic
Right?
rock.
I saw a meme today. It was like when you think about Mario being 20 years ago, and it showed like Pixel Mario, and it was like actual Mario 20 years ago. And it showed like a fucking screenshot of Super Mario Sunshine, and
Yep.
I'm like, oh Jesus Christ! Like, I had to think about it. Go ahead.
That's crazy. This next
Anyway.
one is definitely like, if I had to make like a top 10 only all time, this would be on it. Girl from the North Country by Bob Dylan. It's one of my favorite Bob Dylan songs ever. Definitely my favorite Bob Dylan song. Definitely worth the listen because it's just a great song. I know a lot of people aren't big fans of Dylan. But this one definitely really good. Give Me Shelter by the Rolling Stones. I've talked about that on a podcast here recently. Fly Like an Eagle by Steve Miller.
Okay, that's a good one.
Of course, Take On Me by Aha.
Oh, I never even thought. Alex, is your mic muted?
No, I'm singing.
Oh, you were just lip singing. Okay, I thought you were singing, but it wasn't coming through.
No,
That's a good
no,
song.
I'm
Why?
singing.
Alex will appreciate this one. Highwayman by The Highwayman. It's Johnny Cash,
The
Waylon Jennings, Chris Christopherson, and Willie Nelson. But I mean, Alex knows that because that's always like our drinking song whenever we hanging out, we're drinking. Usually late into the drinking night, Highwayman comes on at some point. And the Beatles song that I did choose, since I did choose one.
So you chose a Beatles song.
I did choose a Beatles song, just because this is from. I love all the Beatles, but this is like towards their end of their career is like one of my favorite eras of the Beatles. But Don't Let Me Down is one of my favorite Beatles songs, and I really love like the rooftop concert that they did, and that's one of the songs that they do live on the rooftop concert.
Okay.
But yeah, that's my list of my old songs that I need to listen to. I love them.
I like it. So Don't Let Me Down is your number one Beatles song.
That's the one I came up with this.
The one
this
you
time.
chose.
That's the one I
had
chose.
weeks. Wyatt had weeks to prepare his list because he didn't even tell us about it for like a week or two, and then he told us about it.
Becoming like a topic on the podcast. I remember telling Vern, like, I was just listening to music one day, and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna start making a list of like my favorite songs of all time.
That's cool, and I'm teeter-tottering with the ideas. Like, should I do that? Should I not? No, he didn't tell me we're doing it for the podcast or anything like that.
Do it for a podcast, but I mean, I said to Evan, he's like, that's a great idea. We should do that for a podcast.
God damn you, Evan.
And I was like, hey, I mean, why not?
Oops.
No, it is a good idea. I like it. I always love talking about music.
Yeah, we've been talking about music a lot.
I love
it's good.
music.
It's opening up my ears. I feel like this year I have just been like absorbing all the music I've been depriving myself of.
Yeah,
I like it.
I mean, I don't know. Like, there's just certain songs that gives me like a feeling. Like, I like Eagle Man. Whenever that like when it starts and you hear that, I'm like, I don't know. I just like chill, like automatically. I love that song, man. It's so smooth.
All I can think of is Space Jam.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but that's probably like where my love for it comes from. I mean, Alex or Vern, you guys could go, man.
Yeah, let's hear a couple of them.
What do you think, Alex? You want to go or you want me to go?
Well,
Yeah,
Alex is
off the
top.
I started
do
writing a little bit.
I got a straight list. I could just rattle them off real quick and give you some more time.
Go ahead, man.
All right, listen. Like I said, I was making this list with like different criteria, and then I put some songs on here that didn't even fit my own criteria. So these are just like some of my favorite songs, more or less. I'm just gonna leave it at that. You know what I mean? And like I tried not to put any new songs on it because originally I thought it was just like what we would consider like our favorite songs of our lifetime type of shit.
Yeah.
You know. But one of the first ones I put on here was Institutionalized by Kendrick. I love that song. That's such a good song. Streetlights by Kanye.
Okay.
Sky Might Fall by Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
Apparently by J. Cole. These are gonna be a lot of rap songs, obviously. This is the old one, and I don't know why I thought about this, but it popped in my head when I was thinking about some of my favorite songs. So, "Me and My Drink" by Lil Wayne.
My Drink.
I put Hotel California on this list.
I had a feeling that'd be on your list.
That would be on your list.
My mom used to listen to that song nonstop, so like I that song is like.
I knew
I
that. If I had
song.
to guess of any song that would be on your list, it would be Hotel California.
Well, I'm glad you guys know me.
Yeah.
That's good. But this one I put on for you guys. It's "Know Yourself" by Drake. Otherwise, I wanted to put the song here, but that's the song that literally goes like running through the 6 with my woes.
Yeah, that pretty much started all this.
right. That's the GTA.
I couldn't
shit.
even name you that. Tell you the truth. Like if you'd have I know it came from a Drake song, but if you'd asked
I
me
knew
what
that.
Drake song came from, I would have known. I'd be like, I don't know. I knew.
To
it
be
was
honest
from,
with you, I knew what album it was, but I did have
Yeah.
to click on a couple before I was like, wait a second, which one
It's
was
the
it
one where
again?
he's in the coat on the skyscraper, right? It's from that album, but I wouldn't know the song.
No. It's if you're reading this, it's too late.
Really? Oh, see,
Mhm.
I wouldn't know. I was
But,
wrong anyways.
Then I got 2 from 50 Cent because me and Wyatt have been talking about 50 Cent lately, so he's been on my head.
He's on my list too.
I got Many Men because that song's amazing, and In My Hood by 50 Cent, and then Killing Me Softly.
Oh, nice.
That's an amazing song by the Fugees or I forget how.
Fugees.
Fugees. Can't Tell Me Nothing by Kanye. Again, I forgot that he had 2 songs on this list. Like I said, it's a little bit more than 10. It's like 14. Sorry.
That's fine, man.
You don't have to give them all right now if you don't want to.
I'm only have one more. Self-Care by Mac Miller is one of my favorite Mac Miller songs, and that's a newer one, so that's kind of weird. Hit 'Em Up by Tupac. I keep telling you to listen to that song.
Talking about that like a couple weeks ago.
Wait, who hasn't heard that song here?
No. I know everybody's.
I
heard
don't
it.
think I've heard it.
I'm sure you have. It's like
I may
first off, fuck you, bitch, and the clicky clear. It's like that. You know what I mean? Like if you haven't heard the song, you probably heard somebody say that shit.
Okay.
Something.
I have it like on my playlist, and whenever I'm just like going through random, I just like sometimes it's just too aggressive for my mood. Because like the first part of the song is like, "That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker." before it even gets to the beat of the song, I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Damn.
Like this is a little.
I got one more. Juicy by Biggie. I bet you weren't expecting that. After that shit. After Hit 'Em Up, I put Juicy on there, but that's what I'm saying with.
That's what's up, though.
That's it. Like I said, it's mostly rap, but like I wasn't sure what the real criteria was, so I was just like, I'm gonna just list up some of my favorite songs.
Well, that worked.
Yep. That's what I did, man. I'll go to my hip hop one.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably good.
I did have "In My Hood" by 50 Cent on my.
Yeah, hell yeah.
One of the greatest like openers to an album, man.
Because you hear like, doo, 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 then he just goes right in with that song. Like it's amazing.
I love that one. I have "Kid Frankie" by Wiz on here. That is one of my favorite Wiz songs. "AT-Aliens" by Outkast. I've loved that one a lot, like years since I was a kid. My brother used to listen to that song. I do have Kid Cudi on, but probably not a song you expect. I have "Higher" off of "Man on the Moon." Okay. I love that. Like, it's a good wake up song for me.
Yeah.
It's Sunday morning in Cleveland, Ohio.
I love it.
I have Kendrick on here. I have "All Right," just because like
almost put that on there, but I wanted to go with a deeper because that is by default one of my favorite Kendrick songs right there. That should have been on my list.
I do have "Medicine Man" on here because I with Dre and Eminem. That's one of my favorite Eminem verses. But that's just a song that when it comes on, I'm like, I gotta hear this shit. I gotta hear this. I have "Regulate" by Warren G and Nate Dogg. That's a song that I always back to. And the last 2 I have here, I have "Good Day" by Ice Cube.
I almost put that on.
And I have "Summertime" by Will Smith and DJ Jazz.
I almost put on "Show Me the Way" by Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh man, I remember you showed me that song. I have that on one of my playlists too, man. I remember that video of like that dude listening to that song, man. It was like this old head in a car listening to that shit. You showed me that
meme.
Yeah, the meme
where he's just like he just claps and he's like, oh my god. That's what introduced me to the song. But since then, it's like been one of my favorites.
Yeah, I mean that's one I come back to as well. I mean that's one you showed me.
Mm-hmm.
Alex, what did you come up
Alex,
with?
What do you got?
Oh, all right. So mine, and just kind of like Vernon, I kind of took it in a different way. And I've just only been thinking about this for a few minutes. It's just songs that like mean something to me from either my childhood or just
For
meant
one
something to
reason
me.
or another.
That's
Yeah,
I think that's
personal.
Because
totally
you guys said
acceptable.
about songs like that you do not skip, and these are just songs that like
It's not
are
necessarily songs I wouldn't skip, I guess, but
Yeah, songs that mean something to you.
Mhm.
Like
songs that mean something to me.
but I feel like a lot of
from
these
one
songs
way
are
or
like
another.
the songs that encapsulate our personality. You know, like these
sure.
are
See-
our songs.
I almost went with that thought process, and I would have put soundtrack to my life on there because I remember being younger and feeling like that song was the soundtrack to my life. Because like I was in high school and I was just like, oh, I love smoking. This is my, you know what I mean? Like, but I went away from that song on purpose and ended up picking Sky Might Fall. You know, but
that is great. It was hard picking a Cuddy song.
I know, right? I wanted to go
I don't have
deeper than
any.
that.
I don't have any theme here. Probably my favorite Beatles song is Eleanor Rigby. I've always loved Eleanor Rigby.
So
I don't know
good.
why.
I
it is.
just listened to that for the first time this afternoon.
I love it.
And I liked it. I really liked it. Yeah. I think I told you I never really gave a lot of Beatles songs. Obviously, I've heard most of them
Eleanor
at some
Rigby.
point. But I've never
I have
heard
a-
Eleanor Rigby. But I listened to it and I remember as it was playing, I was like, I like this song a lot. This is good.
Told it on the podcast before. I remember like
Mhm.
when I was super young, my dad let me like use his albums and just
Mhm.
listen to them. I just specifically remember Eleanor Rigby being on one of them, dude. And just like the way that it sounds on vinyl, it just sounds like, I don't know, it sounds so good.
I
And
remember being super disappointed when we went and saw Paul McCartney and Hershey and they didn't play it. I was
Play
mad.
it.
I was like, where the is
Party
Eleanor
music.
Rigby?
And then live.
Yeah, man.
great.
Yeah, Eleanor Rigby. I really like that. My Biggie song is 10 Crack Commandments. That's like my favorite Biggie song. I think just the theme of it, the flow of it, everything, it just encapsulates what I love about Notorious B.I.G. It's not my
That's a
first
song,
Notorious
like-
B.I.G. song I love, but
I feel like I associate that one with you too because you've talked about it before. Like definitely
love
about
it.
your appreciation for that song.
yeah. That and maybe Suicidal Thoughts, but 10 Crack Commandments just probably Suicidal Thoughts you got to be kind of in a mood to listen to.
Yeah.
I have Highwayman on mine. I love Highwayman. That's a great fucking
It's so
song.
good.
And
a great
it's
song.
one of my, and I'm just gonna give my memory on each of these songs. Fuck it.
Yeah.
One of my favorite thing is I remember as a kid, my stepdad used to listen to it with his buddies and when they were getting drunk. And then not knowing why it also knew the song, like eventually we just kind of, when we were getting drunk together, started listening to it. And Wyatt was like, yeah, man, I love this song. And I'm just like, yeah, and it just is like something that just kind of like went with my childhood into my adulthood that I still listen to Highwayman.
Like it came full circle.
It came full circle. Now I'm getting drunk with my buddies listening to it.
And then your kids will
Oh.
get drunk with his buddies to that song.
I hope so.
Football signups coming up.
Hell yeah, man.
It's
Get
like-
it in there, man. We got it all.
I
planned.
am. I'm definitely. I didn't mean to interrupt you or nothing, but like that's something like I talked to him about it already. He's excited. He's super excited.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
We'll plan it out. Kind of a sad memory, but It's Been a While by Stained is one of my favorite songs because it's the song when my dad and mom broke up. He sent it to her and like it was like try to get back with my mom's song. I still love the song, but it makes me think of that every time. But great
I
song.
thought about, because I do love Stain. I was gonna put them on one of my lists here, but I just didn't have a spot for them. I
Yeah,
just
man.
couldn't pick a Stain song to throw on there.
I like that song.
That's a good song. It's sad memory for me.
That's a
It's good
river song right there.
Weirdly
It
enough,
is.
when I got out with Marissa, I told her about this story, and she told me that her dad also sent it to her mom for like a thing. I was like, "Hey, that's kind of weird."
Hey, that's
just like everybody
oddly
loves that song.
specific.
Next is "Why" by Jadakiss, and I kind of hinted at that. I think it's one
I
of the
thought
best
you were
rap
joking.
songs. No,
That
dude,
is an
I
amazing
honestly
song.
think it's one of the best rap songs ever.
I feel like I know that whole song by
not
heart,
that Jadakiss is like one of my favorite rappers or anything, but man, that fucking song.
especially when it
Bumps.
came out.
Yeah, right when it came out, I was like, oh, you know, like it was the first time I really, not maybe the first time, but I don't.
We were young too
I
when
was
that came
young. When
out.
it was
So,
a good
like,
song.
When you're young and you listen to that song, you don't just hear it, you listen to it, you're like, whoa. Like that's some heavy shit for our age. When that came out, that was some heavy shit. But I bet you we still didn't fully understand what he was saying.
But you got
like,
enough.
exactly
you got
to
a
realize,
couple-
damn,
yeah.
he's talking about some shit right now. But like, I can't tell you what age we were when that came out, but I feel you on that one. I have the same feeling on that.
Bohemian Rhapsody, which we kind of knew also. I love Bohemian Rhapsody. I think it's a great song. Weird one, kind of left ball. I was just writing this list real quick. Unwritten. I don't even know who sings that shit, but she's like, the rest is still unwritten.
I know that song.
Yo, right. I listen to. Not only do I know it, I can sing it every line.
I don't know who it was, but I know the song.
Staring at the blank. Like I know that whole like build up. Like that whole like it just keeps like crescendo. That's a good song. I don't care. No shame on that. Faithfully by Journey is one of my favorite songs. I'll always listen to Faithfully. It just edges Eye of the Tiger for me. I love Faithfully. Eye of the Tiger's great too.
It just edges out Eye of the Tiger. Like two completely different songs.
Poor Survivor.
That's what's funny to me. It's just edges out Eye of the Tiger. It didn't have
like Alex has at the bottom of his list, not Journey. Eye of the Tiger.
Not Eye of the Tiger. It's a great song, but it's not better than Journey.
Land of Confusion, but the Disturbed version, not the Genesis
Phil Collins,
version.
I knew what you were talking about.
Yeah, definitely the Disturbed version. Again, one of those songs. Not only is it one of my favorite songs, it's one of my favorite videos I've ever watched, and I love that video still to this day.
Animated thing.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I love that video.
It might have been the first song I heard that I like really was like, fuck the man, you know, like let's go, you know.
Kind of like the opposite of Jadakiss. Like you realize that Jadakiss is telling you like, oh, there's some problems, and then later the Disturbed's telling you this is what you do.
Yeah, fuck man, let's stand up.
Stand up, go after him. And then we started listening to Rise Against and shit, and we're like, yeah.
Rage Against the Machine, like fuck, I don't know what to tell me.
Now, I had to put one Eminem song on here, and it was
hard for me not to. I wanted to.
Yeah, that's like the
I
Beatles
have one.
trying to pick a favorite song, man.
I actually went on there and looked because I was like, what am I gonna pick? I'm going with one of the first songs I fell in love with. It's Drug Ballad on the Marshmallows LP. I love that. I love that like where he's blowing through the wherever he's doing. I don't know where he's actually getting the sound, but to me it always sounded like he was blowing on top of a bottle.
Like a bottle,
yeah.
I feel
that's
like
one of my first favorite Eminem songs.
Me personally, it was between Guilty Conscience and because I love that song. Even when I was like, isn't that what it's called? The one that's like doom 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 doom.
It's him and Dre.
Him and Dre. I love that song. And weirdly enough, Crazy in Love. I know it's a remake, not really a remake, but like a sample, a really good sample. Like, but I didn't realize it was a sample when I was a little kid. So like, I remember just being like, "This is amazing!" Like, just and like hearing, but like the lyrics are so crazy too. But that song, I'm little. I have a CD player. I like can remember just listening to that album specifically because I listened to unlike you guys because you guys were into Eminem younger. My introduction was maybe not my introduction, but like my first owned CD of Eminem was Encore. So that was really
like my name is and shit like that.
Exactly. Yeah. I knew like all that. I remember seeing the video of him and Batman and Robin. Like I remember all that, but like Encore was I remember Jimmy Talbot burned me Encore and Massacre, both of those. And I had both of those and I listened to both of them all the time. And I was just like, these are my Jones. Mosh was on that, right?
Yeah.
But that had Crazy in Love in it. And that was probably my favorite on that album.
My second place Eminem song was going to be Till I Collapse because that might be the best Eminem song.
Do you remember that Call of Duty trailer?
Yeah, I remember that Call of Duty trailer that dropped Till I Collapse.
That was like 60% of what made that trailer so good was that damn song. Maybe 90%.
Was that Advanced Warfare or Ghost?
It was like remember. 2. I think it was Modern Warfare 2.
Was that?
It was old, man.
Oh, was that
Modern Warfare 2? To be honest, like during the finals.
It was like 3, I think, but it doesn't matter.
It don't matter, but that shit.
I was probably gonna put I was thinking about putting Role Model on mine, just because like that's a song that goes back for me. That's one of the first songs I really like loved Eminem. Like I was like, this dude's crazy. This guy's nuts.
While we're talking about Eminem, the one I picked, and only because It's one I still listen to, and it's the first one that I really liked. It was Mockingbird. So Mockingbird was the one that
Nothing wrong with that, man.
Yeah, that was my first Eminem song, and it's still one I listen to time and time again. So
yeah.
Dude, I remember my dad didn't like most parents did not like Eminem, but I remember he really liked Without Me when that song came out. My dad really fucked with that song. It was so weird hearing my dad liking an Eminem song.
Don't listen to Eminem except this song.
It's not how it's supposed to work.
See, and I told you before, like my uncle, who was like a big male role model in my life, was really into Eminem when I was a kid. So that's like kind of where I was introduced to it. Like obviously I knew, the real Slim Shady shit like that, but like when I first got my hands on the Marshall Mathers LP, it's because of my uncle. And I told you guys that story before. I think probably on this podcast, to be honest with you, where my mom took the unedited version that I stole from my uncle and replaced it with the edited version. I was like, what the fuck is this? This is not Eminem.
That is still so diabolical. Like every time you mention that.
But
switcheroo.
Old Switcheroo was slick. But yeah, so that's my list. I mean, again, if you would ask me, not even in a year, dude, if you ask me fucking tomorrow, I'd probably have 10 new songs, dude.
Wyatt,
you say you had more, Evan?
Yeah, I was gonna say, let me get through mine because yours are probably a little bit more
thought out.
Yeah. So what did I say? I said Prom Night, My Heart Will Go On My Way. Okay. So I do have one doubled up. Helena by My Chemical Romance.
Great song.
Just love that song. I think it's I told Brittany just the other day, actually before you mentioned, like right before you mentioned about this, I said I think this is their second best song. So yeah.
That's sad, man.
Oh, it is. Well, the one that was tied for that, and Brittany even said, "Don't put that one on there. Go with that." I was gonna pick Cancer.
That's even sadder.
But yeah, she's like, "No, don't do Cancer. Do Helena."
I like sad music.
I love
favorite,
Cancer. Cancer made me
Rise
cry
Against
before,
song.
dude. Like
dude,
I've
Hero
heard
Wars
it before.
Made me cry before by Rise Against.
Hero War.
Oh yeah,
Just
Hero
made me
War is
cry.
a great song.
Sad fucking song, dude.
But yeah, man, Cancer's terrible, man. Literally, it's just dying of cancer.
It's a whole nother conversation. Like, what songs made you cry? Oh my God.
we can save that for another episode because I have a few.
Have a few actually.
I'll actually, if you guys want, I can
have an Eminem song.
I can share a quick story for you guys real quick if you don't mind.
Sure,
so it was when Olivia was born. We had to stay in the hospital for just a few extra days because she had jaundice. So which she just has to sit under UV lights for like a couple hours a day. Yeah. So anyway, I had to go home and get clothes and stuff because we weren't prepared to stay for 4 days. So anyway, on my way back to the hospital, freaking With Arms Wide Open comes on by Creed. And that whole song is about like, I hope my kid doesn't turn out like me. I hope, and I'm just dude, I broke down because like I literally just became a dad like a day or two ago. And Vernon, you just missed that, didn't you?
What?
I was just saying how we ended up talking about how songs that make us sad. And I just said how
I got a song that makes me sad.
When I was we're saving it.
Yeah, okay. I was just telling a quick story.
I just got one right off the top of my head, but it's like personal.
But I was just telling them when the day Olivia was born, I went home to go get clothes, and on my way back to the hospital, With Arms Wide Open by Creed came on. It made me like break down, dude. But anyway, I'll finish up my list real quick. I have Irate Sins Not Tragedies.
No, see, I almost put that on my list just for you, Evan. Because that's an iconic song.
It is an iconic song. That's just it. Adam's song, we talked about that just in the other podcast. Mr. Brightside, love Mr. Brightside.
It didn't make my list, but I thought about it a couple times.
How about Mr. Blue Sky?
Mr. Blue Sky. Don't.
Pretty much, if it begins with a Mr., it's a pretty good song.
I just think about my video where I made it. He's just chucking grenades at the front. He's like, like I love that.
I remember that was a good video, Vernon.
That was a good cut.
It's still unlocked.
This is one I've heard this song before. I've heard this song before, but it's one that when I went through my my listening through stuff, it honestly, it became like probably one of my number two favorite song. It's Everlong. Like I fell in love with Everlong. Like I've heard it before.
Foo Fighters?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like I've heard it before, but like
I do have a Foo on my top, but it's not Everlong.
Specifically the acoustic version.
That video where they have like the crowd of like 1,000 people playing.
Oh, that's Learn to Fly. Or yeah, that's Learn to Fly.
That is a different song. But
dude,
like,
the video for Learn to Fly is hilarious.
I haven't seen it, but
seen the video for it, you need to. It's like them dressed up like it's on a plane. Dave Grohl plays like 3 different parts. He plays like this little teenage girl with braces. He plays like the captain, and then Jack Black and Kyle Gass are both in it. Tenacious D are in the video, and this is all on this one plane, and it's a great video.
But yeah, I love Everlong. I love the acoustic version. I love the regular version. It's all good. It's freaking great. And then we already mentioned Welcome to the Black Parade's my number 1. So
nice, man.
Not gonna repeat why.
Oh, sorry.
That's perfect. What?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. I spoiled it like for 5 episodes in a row, so that's all good.
I'm sorry. Before I get into for some reason the current one was harder for me to pick, man, because like,
well, yeah,
it's always changed for me. But I did have a song that I thought of now that I should have added to my hip hop, and it's Gone Till September. Oh, Gone Till November by Wyclef. Love that song, bro.
That's a good song, man.
Gone till November, I'll be gone till November.
I didn't realize I was muted.
My current here is I do have a Foo Fighters song, but it is not Everlong. It's Best of You.
Best of You's good.
Yeah, Best of You by the Foo Fighters. Like the regular version and acoustic and live, it's amazing. Like if you get the chance, go watch Best of You live when they played at Wembley, where it's Wembley Stadium sold out, and it's at the end of their show, and it's like pouring rain, and they're all soaked, and then they just like the whole crowd singing Best of You, and it's just like the way it starts out is Dave Grohl's just playing solo, and then when it's like the chorus, that's when the rest of the band comes in, dude.
That sounds awesome.
It gives me chills every time,
dude. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
That Learn to Fly video is really good, Vernon.
What's up?
That Learn to Fly video is really good. The one that Vernon was talking about.
It's great.
That was like Denmark or something.
Video.
Yeah.
I did have to pick a Linkin Park song, which is really hard because Linkin Park is one of my other favorite bands.
I almost put One More Light on mine because I fell in love with that.
One More. If you're gonna listen to One More Light, you need to listen to it live.
Oh.
Like it was like Chester's last.
I don't know if I want to do that.
You need to. You have to. It is amazing. That's another thing that like it's the Foo Fighters where it gives me chills every time because they play it. Mike only plays the piano. None of the rest of the band is in on it. It's just Mike playing piano, and Chester is in the middle of the audience. Like people are like on him, and they're holding him up, and he's singing the whole song. Chills. I'm just thinking about.
Oh, that. Songs are gonna make me cry. I'm pretty sure that song's made me cry.
It did make me cry when I watched it. But the one I chose here is Breaking the Habit by Linkin Park. That has always been one of my favorite songs. It's off of Meteora.
That's a good one.
I had to pick a Coheed song, so I chose Afterman. Great song. Minus the Bear, Pachuca Sunrise that was hard to choose one of their songs as well because that's one of my other favorite bands. But that's probably the more notable song. If anybody ever listened to them, they probably know that one. Cerise by Ghost. And then I had to pick a used song, which was really hard. So I chose Take It Away, which is one of my other favorite songs where it has a great intro to an album.
One of my favorite used songs. Well, look at your background.
Yeah. In Love and Death, like the tapestry.
One of my favorite used songs is Smother Me.
Smother Me? Yeah. Off Liars. Great song.
That's one of my favorites. It's just very memorable to me. Like, I love that.
Yeah.
It's so different than what they do, man. It's just like, oh.
Yeah. I mean, every now and then they have some of those songs that just hit different. And you're like, whoa, where'd this come from?
Like that one, A Day to Remember song that's super soft, too. Like, out of nowhere. You know what I'm talking about?
It's been a minute since I listened to A Day to Remember.
Oh, God, I can't. It's super soft, but it's really good. I would have to look this up here so we can get to it after, so I can let you guys know.
But yeah, Take It Away is great. It has one of the best intros to an album where it's like life's great questions have always been, who am I? Where did I come from? It's like a very retro style recording. and then like, why am I here? And then it cuts to like a gunshot, like a shotgun cock, and then it just blasts straight into like the song where it's just heavy as shit. Great intro, great song. And an odd one that I always listen to. I'm not a big fan of the band really, other than the song, but it's Shimmer by Fuel. I really like that song. Like that's one that's really fun to play on guitar too. But that's all I have as far as current, because I could just go on and on. Like I was trying to think if I wanted to add a Slipknot song, but like I wouldn't put one of the Slipknot songs as one of my favorite of all
like
time.
your favorite of all time. Yeah.
So I mean, those are the ones I have. I'm sure they're subject to change here in a week or two, like Alex said.
Dude, Slipknot actually is one of my favorite songs. I didn't even think about it until you just said something.
Oh, Vermilion Part 2.
I knew you were going to say Vermilion Part 2.
Yeah. I found what that is. That it's called "If It Means a Lot to You" by A Day to Remember.
I know it's.
I don't know that.
It's really good,
dude. Vermilion Part 2 was the #1 song played on Vernon's fucking iTunes for a good long. I just repeat, dude. Just
so good.
That got stuck in my head the other day at work.
Used like that with Slipknot. That was a song that out of left field.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, where the fuck did this song come from? Slipknot album.
It's like, is this Stone Sour?
Yeah.
Another interesting fact I saw the other day, I didn't even know. Apparently on Volume 3, Subliminal Verses, he doesn't swear once in that whole album. And whereas like the first 2 albums is just like hard parental advisory. Apparently he did that specifically because people were like saying Slipknot is like, you know, they what is it called? Like shock value and like always use like ridiculously like very like vile lyrics and all that. But yeah, he didn't swear at all on Volume 3.
Doesn't he swear in Pulse of the Maggots?
I don't believe so.
Doesn't in the intro he says, "Shut up or get the fuck up." I'm pretty sure he
maybe
does,
live, but I don't think on the studio version.
You know, Kanye doesn't swear at all on 808s and Heartbreaks.
Yeah,
I think we talked about that.
Cool,
but like,
right?
it was like an interview with Corey Taylor where he specifically went into the writing process for Volume 3. Like, I'm gonna do it clean, but we're still gonna be heavy as shit, and we're gonna make a good album. But yeah, I mean that was pretty cool. But we wanted to talk about some things last week that we didn't really get a chance to. Evan scored a PS5.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Through a lot of hard work and determination. Evan, I know how the struggle is.
Hard work and determination.
Dude,
process like to get a PS5.
And you know what's so sad is that, and I know you guys don't know, I have not even played it yet because I have been working overtime thanks to people buying PlayStations thanks to the freaking stimulus.
And chairs.
It's
a chair.
I saw you leaning back in that chair, Vernon. I was sitting here like this too.
I love this thing, man.
I've gotten.
It's not even that big of a deal. It's just like the fact that I've been sitting in these bullshit ass gray chairs for so long, and now I finally have a computer chair. Regardless of how it actually is, it's a computer chair.
Do you know
what
I mean? What has gotten me is that like my old computer chair didn't have this, so I wasn't even sitting in it. I was sitting on the couch back here for the longest time. This little pillow at my back is just perfect. It is just perfect, dude. Like
that's where the massager is.
I never used to use this neck pillow, but man, past couple weeks, it's nice.
The kids already today pulled that off, unzippered it, and we're pulling the stuffing out of it. Like,
my God.
I didn't even sit in it yet.
This chair. I get a text middle of the day from Evan's wife, Brittany, saying, I want to put this chair together for Evan before he gets home, just to like, because he has a lot of stuff he's expecting. He wants it like, it would be nice for him to have it ready. I thought I would do something nice, put the chair together. And then she sent me like, Vern had this picture with instructions that didn't match the chair, with tools that didn't match the instructions.
I had the same issue 24 hours earlier because mine got here a day earlier and then his got here but Oh my god,
dude!
But like, she's like, I'm just trying to do something nice, and I can't. I'm having so much trouble.
you just gotta tell her, just put it together. Just put it
That's
together.
what she did.
It goes together.
They're the right pieces because they look
the right pieces.
I got.
Just ignore those instructions.
Pictures. Don't look at the actual. Don't read it.
What's it say about dropping your computer?
There's a paragraph in the middle that literally will give you a stroke if you read it. It is so like it's obviously broken English. I mean, these are $80 gaming chairs. I mean, you know, or $90.
And the worst part is I called Amazon because like when I got it and I'm putting it together, obviously the first thing I did was read the instructions, and I noticed right away my parts don't match what I need. So I called them and I'm like, yo, I'm missing pieces. And they're like, oh, you got to call Amazon because Amazon bought it from us and then sold it to you. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So
that don't even make sense.
Right? And Amazon. And I'm like, well, it was probably packaged at you wherever you are. So like, if it's missing pieces, it's missing pieces because of you.
It's not
whatever.
You know what Amazon does? They take it from one box and put it in the other. They give it to you.
And that's what I'm exactly.
That's so weird because I didn't have any of that experience with mine, and I had the same exact chair. And it's like,
I called them, bro.
Reading them fine. My tools match.
Listen though, I called Amazon. And they're just like, they're trying to figure it all out. And they're like, oh, what's your order number? And I'm like, I don't know. So like, I'm trying to get on, I'm on the phone with Amazon and I'm trying to get on my Amazon account and I don't know my password. So I got to reset my password while I'm on the phone with Amazon. And then for her to tell me that her system isn't working right now, can she give me a call back? So I'm like, all right, whatever, give me a call back. And while I'm waiting for her to give me a call back, I'm texting you guys like, yo, this fucking chair, blah, blah, blah. Sending you the pictures of the instructions, sending you pictures of the parts. And I just put it together. And then like an hour later, she calls me back and she's like, yeah, we could send you a new chair. And I'm thinking to myself, like,
like, maybe I could get 2 chairs.
Kyron could use a chair.
2 chairs? And like, so she's like, yeah, I can send you a new chair. I'm like, okay. She's like, we would just need you to send back the old one. I'm like, I'm good. I figured it out. The instructions were wrong, but all the pieces are here, so I figured it out. She's like, all right, cool. And that was the end of it. But like, I was just, for a moment there, I was like,
I could have.
It was funny.
Chairs.
She like hit me up asking. She's like, "Did you have any issues with this?" And I was like, "I know Vern did." And it was the same exact issue she was having. It must have been the same dude that packaged everything together, sent them out.
Dude.
But she's like,
it's not even the packaging. It's just like the instructions were just so
together. Like he maybe grabbed the wrong instructions for that chair or some shit.
But the fucked up part is that the instructions on page 1, the components part, where it lists all the parts that are in the box, is correct.
Oh, really?
On the other side of that piece of paper is where the trouble starts.
And the other paper that comes with
it. It's like, and the other paper that's with it. That's completely wrong.
But yeah, she was like, she's like, it wouldn't be as bad if I was doing this by myself, but I'm watching the kids who are climbing all over it while I'm trying to put it together. And I'm like, oh my gosh, but at least you got taken care of and all this. And I was
man. Yeah, it was
like, why is Brittany messaging me?
Yeah, when I got home, I'm like, oh, the chair's together. That's nice.
She's like, yeah.
And then, well, that's exactly it. Because I was like,
because I was like, I don't want to spoil it to Evan that she's putting this chair together.
Because then she said, like, she's like, yeah, I had to message Wyatt. And I was like, oh, no, you should have messaged Vernon.
I would have been like, burn the instructions.
You were like, Vernon would be like, FaceTime me, put this part into this part. He would have walked through the whole thing.
Hack screw.
Just like... Oh, man. But yeah, no, it is a nice chair. The massager isn't hooked up, but I could really care less about the massager. I'm not really too worried about that.
Vern says he's
on it too, but it is nice.
She says it doesn't recline. It does
because I have it ready to use, and it's plugged right into the tower of the computer that I use for work, so I can just reach down, press that button anytime I need it.
I don't got any USB slots. Now that I got this new webcam, I don't need my USB splitter, so this is great. But yeah, dude. But yeah, we got
excited for you, PS5, man. I know you went through a lot of trouble. It took many weeks, many moons.
I cannot spend any more money for the rest of my life. I'm done.
I can't even buy any games for this bitch.
I did. What was really weird was I did buy a new controller through Amazon because whatever. But the entire packaging was in Spanish. It was weird.
Really?
Yeah. Whole thing.
That's odd.
I didn't take it out yet. I mean, I'd imagine it
regional-
would work. I hope not.
I'm hunting for that DualSense charging like dock since I got my PS5 months ago, and I still haven't found it. Today I hopped on Walmart and they had one. Put it in my bin. Went to check out and they're like, "It's only in-store pickup. We can't deliver it to you." And the store was like 30 miles away.
But
and I'm
yeah,
like, I'm not driving to this bitch.
The regular
No,
PlayStations are only delivery, which I don't get that at all. Like, why? You would think for security reasons they would only have in-store pickup, not
I don't
only
understand why I
delivery.
don't have these charging docks. Like, they don't use any of the components for the PS5. Why can't you just
You could buy a
like,
knockoff one.
Nah, no. Not gonna buy a knockoff.
All it is a
Nah.
USB-C. I mean, really, that's
Nah.
all it is.
That
Do
just
it.
reminds me of some Mad Cat shit.
Yeah,
Well,
that's how they broke.
I don't-
People were bricking their switches.
Exactly. I'm not risking it fucking my controller up because these fucking controllers update. I've never had controllers that updated.
Hey,
so
you guys play? This is random as fuck, but it's video game related and controller related. You guys play Valheim with an Xbox 360 controller?
No, mine's with a 1.
I play mine with a PS4 controller.
When I play, we'll get to this later, but like,
Here's
I have
my
trouble.
controller.
I might need you guys' help if I do like playing with mouse and keyboard,
Yeah.
but like, I assumed both of you were playing with Xbox One controllers because I heard it's plug it in and it works. PS4 is a little bit harder. You know,
I just looked at USB and plugged it into my computer.
See, I did
And
that
lit up,
too.
and you have to go to Steam and like go into your settings for your controller and turn it.
That's
But other than that,
there's a little bit more
set
you
up
got to
anything.
do.
I pressed this button right here and it worked.
Alex knows what I mean. Like I read that when you use an Xbox One,
Sure,
it's
time on play.
seamless.
Yeah.
Microsoft,
cool.
man. Everything's all integrated.
Yeah,
You buy a new computer and you get like a freaking Xbox game bar that you have to uninstall.
Yeah.
I play
pops
Xbox
up.
games on this thing.
Delete the
At, like, the
Xbox
20
thing on
frames.
your.
I do play Forza on this thing.
I fucking love Forza.
I have Forza on this thing.
Alex, you have 9 and 20?
Not on here.
No, on PlayStation.
Mm-mm.
Is
it rated?
We're gonna
Probably.
start a complete franchise. But another thing that's happened is I scooped an Oculus Rift, an Oculus Quest 2. I need to get a water. I'm out. But I love it, dude. I've been playing it almost every day. I've been boxing, entering the Oculus ring, dude. It whoops my ass. Not just like the game itself, but I play a full match and I am dead tired, dude. I am like
You're in
drenched.
the corner, like, and that's just like spraying water.
Yeah, it's just like, you got this. Come on.
She's like, you got this. She's like, sitting there, just like, you're like, all right, you stand back up, punch
It's
the TV.
my workout now because like I talked to you guys before. I used to do yoga. Like it's hard for me to take the time now because I kind of move shifts a little bit for me to like do yoga right after work. But this, bro, I could play. I mean, I'm moved to 9 to 5:30 now, so it's just a little. Just move me back like an hour.
Gotcha.
But now like right after work, I just fucking pop that shit on, put it like take my shirt off or whatever because I get hot as shit. But bro, I either put a tank top on or take my shirt off and just pop the. It's just like, bro, no lie, I've been playing that shit for like 40 minutes to an hour, and I'm just drenched in sweat, bro. My arms are so tired.
He's gonna be swole. It's gonna be him versus Cody. It's gonna be King Kong versus Godzilla.
There's dudes that
Cody.
Me, or there's dudes like my height that I'm boxing with, and they have long arms, and you gotta like duck underneath, block and shit.
Got them Space Jam arms.
So realistic. I'm like actually fighting here.
Oh shit!
It's the future, man. Like you always used to be kind of weary on VR just because I think the only ones I've used before are just like the ones that you put them on and you don't really interact. You just kind of just sit there and look around, and like it's cool, but like when you're actually interacting and doing stuff, it's a whole nother level, man.
Yeah,
I love
you
it.
have like the fingers and everything. It's sensing everything.
Exactly. Like I know Alex has a VR, and I know he's played Super Hot.
Yeah,
bro, you
cool.
feel like you're in the Matrix.
Cool,
it's super cool.
I played
yeah,
Iron Man games. Felt like Iron Man.
I did.
I want that so bad.
I want to play the Iron Man game though. That would be.
Let me know when they get a proper Dragon Ball game, and I will be in it.
Be awesome, bro.
I know they did like a Kinect one, but no.
Well,
I need
the
VRs. I want to
is-
like you feel like the pressure with your fist clenching, and that's like how you
Yeah.
power up or something.
Would it be wrong of me to tell you that I'm playing a Dragon Ball game as we speak?
No, it would be right.
In
And
the
actually,
background.
you should remind our
Probably.
friends here that they should be playing it as well.
No, we
But-
need to not talk about it so it don't get taken down. That's what we
That's
need.
true. What Dragon Ball game?
What Dragon Ball game?
I don't know what
Well,
you're
like,
talking about.
We were talking about Dragon Ball earlier. Notoriyama gonna get taken down because
We're
Look at this
playing
shit,
a
yeah.
Dragon Ball Dokkan battle. Definitely. That's
Legends.
exactly it. Yeah.
like shit.
Totally it.
Like the VR is you can hook it up to your PC and you can like download Steam VR and actually buy like legit like AAA like VR games on Steam
Right.
and you can play it
Mhm.
through like a link cable. This cable's $80 for Oculus, bro. 80 fucking
Damn, for a cable.
for a cable, and I already bought Half-Life Alyx. It was on sale. I have it on Steam.
So you've got about a cable.
Yeah.
I already bought the cable. I don't have it yet. I bought it from Amazon last Saturday. It says it's supposed to arrive this Saturday, but it hasn't even shipped. So I don't
Fucking
know.
Amazon.
How come my chair got here faster than that cable?
Want this shit?
How did this whole ass chair, 2 of them, get here faster than that cable?
I don't know, man.
How'd
That's
my
good.
chair come in the whole day after your chair?
And we ordered them
We
like
ordered
the
it like in
same
an hour. Yeah.
But like, dude, I can't recommend VR enough, man. I love it, and I mean, I only got like the 65 gig one. It's only like $300 for the Oculus. It's amazing though. I love it, man. And like, I played it's called Star Wars like Vader Chronicles or something. But like, you just play as like this random dude to get sucked into the story with Darth Vader, bro.
That sounds
And-
like a lot of storage. Now, can you buy external storage for it?
Not that I know of. I mean, they have the 2 options. It's 65 gigs, and then they have like a 250 gig, and it's $400.
Because I can imagine
Spend an extra
Now-
$100.
those
When
games
you
probably aren't
download a
crazy
Steam
huge.
game,
They're not. That's what I did my research on first. Is like the games that you buy on the headset. They're not that big at
maybe
all.
like 3-4 gigs. You
Either.
know,
are the
Okay.
Steam games in it, like does that take computer storage or both or
because it's
Okay.
through the link cable, it's streamed pretty
Okay.
much.
that's awesome.
That's
because then you
nice.
can download a shitload of full AAA games and have them on your computer or an external drive. Even at that
That'd
point,
be the
It's
optimal
and
way?
just
Or
stream
I
it.
haven't downloaded it yet, but it's 65 gigs, just the game for Half-Life Alyx.
Yeah,
I don't
so-
believe it. Yeah.
But I mean, I'm glad that's on my PC because that would be the only thing on my headset if that was the case. But dude, I love it. I mean, I kind of told Evan, I think, before through the group chat, but like in that Vader game, there's a part where you're like in the cell of like, it looks like the cell of Death Star, like we're in A New Hope, where you see like that circular robot coming at Princess Leia with like the needle. I don't know if you remember that with the
Mhm.
syringe stick. It
Dr.
looks like
Robot.
it's a syringe taped to the damn orb. But like you wake up and it's sitting right there, like and you're like, oh shit. But like the door opens up at the hallway and it's Vader standing there and he walks the whole way and you're like, oh shit, Vader. But like when he gets up to you, it's like how your height is, but this dude's like 1.5 feet taller than me, bro. And he's like built and he's just staring down at you like you're gonna do this for me, or like threatening you and shit. And I'm like, holy shit, I'm standing here in front of Darth Vader. It's pretty intimidating. Darth Vader, chill here. But man, I
Hello,
can't
Mr.
recommend it
Vader.
enough. I love it. I mean,
That's
the
really
only
cool.
downside to it is you literally have to buy everything if you want to play it. There's really no free shit to a VR.
You can
It's
watch
all-
YouTube.
You can watch YouTube, and there is Netflix and stuff.
You can watch
Yeah,
YouTube.
Imagine just laying in your bed watching YouTube with your VR on.
Imagine spending $300 to watch YouTube.
I
Like you
mean,
ain't gonna watch YouTube on your PlayStation 5.
and most of it's
that's all it's done.
Oh, it's
That's all it's done so far. What do you mean? Like coming at me? And that's all your PlayStation 5's done since you bought it is play YouTube. Fuck out of here.
Just
That's
a
totally all it's done.
YouTube machine.
I can't say shit. That's all
You
my
know,
PS4 does.
I'm gonna
most of the time.
say I don't know how you guys are with like new technology and stuff, but so I set up the PlayStation 5 and everything, and then I took my PlayStation 4 upstairs so that way I could do the whole transfer and everything. and I'm setting it up, and I kind of got a little nostalgic, you know, and I'm like, man, like it's not a bad console. Like
It's not.
Me and Wyatt look at it like Skinner.
Yeah. Pathetic. No, but I think the one thing that I it's not even really a complaint because it's so insignificant, but the PlayStation 5 doesn't have themes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's true. That's true.
So,
it doesn't
like
have
right now, I have my Witcher 3 theme on, and like it's like it has like the music, and it changes the icons, and when you move, it does the ching 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 ching, like when you were moving in the menus to the Witcher 3. And then like sometimes I'd have the Destiny theme on, so it sounded like they would do the boom 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 like that. So, you know, now it's
since they don't have themes now.
It's almost like moving from like an Android to an Apple product.
When it loads up, it starts out on like an Explorer hub where it has like all the new PlayStation news and shit, and then like all your games down the row. And each game you go to, it pops up like a background on your screen.
It's a dynamic theme.
It's like a dynamic for each game.
You guys each individually get the experience like the first time startup menu, like the how it's like different the very first time you started up compared to the rest of the times. Did you both see it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I heard a lot of people like when they got it, they didn't even think nothing of it. So like they just started it up. You know what I mean? And then heard like, oh shit, it's like not really that big. It's just like a little Easter egg type of thing. Like it's a little bit different the very first time you start it up.
But yeah,
I just was like, that's kind of cool.
Like, welcome to your PlayStation.
Welcome to PlayStation.
But
like, I don't know what it does. I forget. I saw a video on it, but like I heard it's just a little bit different.
Yeah. I don't know. I just got a little nostalgic, you know, like because like Wyatt said, there's like a hub. So you know how like in the PlayStation 4, like everything is just right there. You know, like if you like, I guess your TV and video apps are kind of now in its own section.
Oh yeah, like, now like
in the PlayStation 5,
you can just use the L1 and R1, and it goes between the game hub and your video hub now. Nice. And your video, it just has all your video apps and shit.
That's kind of how Xbox did it.
But they don't have all the apps made yet for PlayStation 5. Like I guess Xbox One and the Xbox Series X and stuff, they just use the same exact apps. So like I guess the store and everything's exactly the same
by the company too.
Yeah.
Do you remember how long it took to get HBO Go on PlayStation?
Oh my god.
Petitions and shit.
Dude,
we waited for years for it to happen.
For years for that.
I don't get how you have YouTube but not YouTube TV. What the hell is that about?
Man.
Like and you know what's
wait, they don't have regular YouTube, but they have YouTube TV.
No, the opposite. They have YouTube, but they don't have YouTube TV, which when PlayStation View was canceled, they said, go to YouTube TV. Like they endorsed it. So now it's like they don't even have an app for it. So now we can't even watch it right now. I mean, we can't on the PlayStation 4. And I have a Roku.
Peacock TV, like Peacock app that like for NBC, that's on PS5, but it's not on Fire Stick or Amazon TV.
Alex is sleeping.
Dude, Alex is like, I was going to say something earlier because he definitely fell asleep for a second.
You're muted, Alex.
He's muted.
Or something.
I'm listening. I'm here.
He's just like...
I can't wait for you to actually start playing stuff, though, Evan.
I know.
I want to hear your opinion on the actual like haptic feedback in the controller.
I want to get a game. I wish more games had the haptic feedback because I was looking it up. The only games that really have it, No Man's Sky has it, which
No Man's Sky has haptic feedback.
Yeah, No Man's Sky has haptic
one
feedback
for them to put it in.
I think
because of how old it is.
Because they want people to play
Madden has it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Madden has
like,
it. Yeah.
When if you run into somebody and you're and they're like, and you
I really want to feel the bow pool. That's the one that I'm looking for, and the gun recoil on different guns. That's the type of ones that I'm looking forward to feeling.
But like Call of Duty doesn't have that. I think
every time you shoot the gun, you feel like you're pulling the trigger.
Right, but apparently Cold War, every gun had a different.
Yeah, it varies on the gun you use.
Right, and I'm like, that's so, and like, think about the developers, they have to program, they have to, you know what I mean? Like to program all of that. So that's why only some games even have it right now. But I just think that's so cool. It's such a unique idea. Like Xbox even came out and was like, that's damn cool. You know what I mean? Like I forget who said it, but they were just like, the haptic feedback is amazing. Like that's a great idea.
It's awesome.
The
I can't
controller
wait to see how they
itself.
go further with it.
Like it's also just a little bit bulkier, which was my biggest complaint with the PlayStation 4 is that it's a
like
little
the
dainty,
Xbox
and I got
controller.
super
It's
long,
very
skinny
reminiscent
fingers.
of the Xbox.
They borrowed from Xbox. Maybe one day they could like be separate entities, but just be together. Be like, why do we have to fight? Just be friends. Be together.
That's yeah.
Maybe I could one day take my PlayStation controller to my friend's house and hook it up to his Xbox. Maybe one day.
They could maybe beat PC. That's no.
Maybe. I'm just saying, no, we didn't think cross-platform was a possibility, and now everybody's rushing to do it because
Fortnite made it a possibility.
Fortnite changed the game, unfortunately.
They're like, if you guys aren't going to do it, we're going to do it.
We're going to force people to do it.
And then it became the most popular game of all time, and then it's like, oh shit, now we got to do it for everything.
I hate cross-platform. I hate it. Dude, I'm so sick of just getting, and listen, I get it, but I get fucking smoked by PC users, and I know when they're PC users. It's just like 5 shots, 945 damage. I'm like, like they.
That's why they should have the option to turn it on and off if you need to.
But then when you turn it off, man, you only get paired with other people who have it turned off, so you take 6 fucking years to find anybody.
Yeah.
You know.
And do you know what the bullshit though is? Like PC players that are complete elitists about it, they will complain that like controller players, they have the aim assist.
I know.
It's like, have you ever used a controller? You can literally, with the utmost precision, point at someone's head. You on a controller have to do that with a stick this big. Like, it's like totally different.
You have to do it with 2 sticks.
And it's not like it auto locks on it. All it does is stick to the person just a little bit. It
slows down. Yes. Exactly. When you get close to it, it slows down.
But people are like, oh, aim assist. They must be a controller user. They're getting 50 kills. And it's like, dude.
They're like, bro, you have 150.
No, it's just your trash. Like, you know.
Dude, like I said, I still play a lot.
I'm fighting for my life over here.
And when I get like beamed by somebody, I'm just like, oh, like you can see what they're playing on after you die, and like I'm like, there's a PC player.
When we were
like,
playing Warzone,
it's like
it is night and day, dude.
30, and it's like 3 shots for 108 damage.
And it's like, you're kidding me? That was about 2 football fields away, and they killed me with an R99.
Mm-hmm. They're just like, pop, pop, pop. You're like, damn,
you know what I mean? It's like,
I am adequate with both. Like, I'm not an amazing player on any console, but I am 100 times better on PC just because, like, when we were playing Cold War, I was using an SMG a lot more because I could just slowly pull my mouse down and I would just stay on people's heads. Like, it was just that easy.
Controller, just because I'm not used to PC.
Yeah, exactly.
Yet. Like, I've even tried to use PC and I can't. Like, I have a hard.
You have to.
It's not the aiming; it's the movement that really gets me.
It's everything at once.
Yeah,
you can.
It's like having to.
I
switch
will say,
things
like. With PC, there is, I don't even call it a downside that much, but like, you know, with a controller, you can move in a complete circular motion, but on PC, you are actually limited. You know, you're limited to 4 directions. You know, if you want to strafe, you know,
I feel like Valorant is making me a little bit better as far as just being more comfortable. It's not a first-person shooter or anything, but like just I'm doing it so often now. Just like the WSD. And,
Oh,
have you been playing Valorant?
Not Valorant. I'm sorry, Valheim.
Valheim. Okay.
I do still have Valorant.
Like,
I always want to take my hand off of my mouse to like get to the right side keys, like when you have to go to inventory and shit, like to go to I and shit, and like that's what fucks me. Like,
but see, you can change that on PC. You can change your keybinds. Like that's the thing. Like you can move. So like
some just have too many keys, man. Like there's only so many goddamn keys on the spare keyboard.
You got like 50 keys compared to like 10 controller buttons.
But what I'm saying is like my hand is here, man.
So what you do is
crazy.
Here's the cheat, Alex. All right.
Oh,
this
right.
is the pro gamer move.
If you would have put like $10 on.
You keep as many.
I was running low, and that got me out of the hole.
I'm listening, man.
What happened?
Sorry.
Oh no, that's okay. But you try to keep as many of the keybinds, like change them all to like just one key away from WASD. Like, so like try to make as many things Q, E, R, F, V, C, like all the ones right. So that way you're not moving all the way around.
I get it, man. It's hard for me to like not I don't know. One day, maybe.
It's okay. Or do you like shift? Like that's one thing I try to do. Like I make everything like shift. Like so that way, like when we were playing Star Wars, like there was a skill that made you jump, or like move forward. I made that like shift forward, so that way, I didn't have to actually do anything different. I just hit shift and then forward. Yeah, like, you know, but that is work. You know, like you're not just going into it and you actually have to work
with the
towards
controller. Everything is like at my fingertips. You know, like. Even if some things are sub menus, like okay, I gotta hold this in to get to this. Like I still feel like it's here, you know.
They've definitely done a lot better at that.
It's not spread out all over in front. You're
like when we were playing Blessed, that was one of my biggest worries when we first started playing it. Was like, okay, it's an MMO. How are they going to bring all the stuff you can do on a controller? And I think they did a really good job at that with like the holding and then the you know, I thought that was great.
Hold LT and hold RT and you'll be in this menu, or just hold LT and you'll be in this menu.
I think they did an excellent job at that.
Yeah.
It's
a good game.
Well, do you guys want to wrap this up? Because Alex is probably going to fall asleep here any second.
I wasn't eating nothing by that, man. You know how many times I was sitting here?
I did.
You guys are talking and I'm quiet for 45
you have
minutes.
Been,
I've been sleeping.
I did want to say one more thing before we go.
I had one more thing too.
Oh yeah, Vernon did have something.
Quick.
Yeah,
super quick.
I remember that.
Go ahead, Wyatt.
Oh, it doesn't matter. This is just about the end, like with the VR. I wanted to talk about. I did get 2 horror games because like I needed to get some horror games on VR, and me being cocky because I love my horror games. I was like, this ain't gonna be shit. I got this. I'll go in there and do this. Wrong. Wrong. Bro, the first game I played is like pretty much an Alien clone. Except you're like on a ship by yourself. You have a fucking flashlight on your wrist you could shine around, but you actually gotta find weapons, and you're like, it's a dark ass spaceship with like creatures on it. I haven't seen these creatures. I'm walking around, and the bad part is every door that's shut, you gotta grab them and open it. And you don't know what's going to be on the other side of that fucking door, bro. So, like, I'd be opening it and then just, like, drawing a weapon real fast. But, bro, I was walking around. I think you can. I don't know how. I think you can stream it to Facebook since it's, like, owned by Facebook.
We can figure it out, Wyatt, eventually.
If you don't, I would love to watch you play that somehow. Like,
you definitely can stream it, though, because I know, like, McAfee streams.
We could set it up through OBS. We have to figure it out.
Bro, I walked around for like 20 minutes, didn't see a damn thing, scared, mind you, because I'm like, everything is dark, because I'm like, something, and you hear shit, and I'm like, where the fuck? And then there's like these lockers that you have to open up, and I'm just like, like I'm opening with one hand and pointing a gun in on the other side, just like making sure. And like even that's watching me, she's like, nothing's gonna be in them lockers. Sure enough, I open up a locker and there's like a face hugger creature in there that jumps out, and I'm like, ah! I'm like, ah! And I'm just like looking around and it's gone, bro. And I'm like, where is it at? Bro, it's so scary. Well, like the other one I got, it's like I underestimated VR, bro. I thought the scariest shit I could play was that Visage game that I have. I haven't came back to that. I need to get back to that game.
You do stream that shit too, because I want to watch you.
VR is another level, because the other one I got is like a haunted house, like a haunted mansion that you're walking through. It's crazy.
The difference is the immersion, and like I was worried
you
so
feel
much
like in it, bro, and you're just like, because like with VR, like it just talking about it doesn't do it justice until you're actually in it and you can literally look all around you.
Exactly, like
even
it feels like the air gets colder, like
stuff. It's way different, but like that's all I wanted to touch on. Like,
I just have a quick question about VR. Now you're telling me you're walking in games. Have you experienced any motion sickness?
I didn't for the longest time. I did when we played for the first time is whenever we played that the mansion one.
Yeah.
But that was the only game I've played so far where you're actually using the analog sticks to like turn and stuff. And that's what got me was like whenever I would use it to turn the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was going forward and I was looking around, it didn't really do anything. But when I started actually using the other analog stick to like move the camera, that's when I started getting a little motion sickness.
any game that's on a rail or you're standing stills, I'm good with. I can do that. But like, I played Skyrim VR, and oh, dude, I was sick, dude, because like it's so big, and like you could just move freely, and like, oh, it made me feel awful, man. I've never picked it up.
I've only been motion sickness twice. It was that time, and the other time was like really bad, where I had to take it off like immediately, and that wasn't even like doing anything. It was a roller coaster. It was like it's one of the only free things that you get. It's like a roller coaster where there's a couple of them that are free and the rest you have to buy, but I just did the free ones. But like I even did it because you can, whatever you do with Oculus, you can either draw a pattern on the floor like a box that you can stay inside of, and even when you get near the edge, it'll pop up a grid so you know that you're near something you shouldn't be touching while you're playing. But you can also do a stationary one where you're just sitting down doing shit. And I did the stationary because I was like, I'm gonna be on a roller coaster. I'm gonna sit down. So I was doing this shit, and bro, halfway through that roller coaster, I just started like getting hot, and I started sweating, and I was like, oh, I don't feel that great, man. And like I just kept going, and I just took it off, man. I was like, I can't do this. I just turned it off.
It makes me nauseous. I'm just like,
but like,
and not roller coasters, just motion sickness in general.
Playing any of the other games, I haven't really had an issue with though, like Star Wars or like Super Hot or boxing even. I haven't had
anything that's not a lot of forward motion doesn't do it. Like Super Hot, I'm good with. I played that Beat Saber game.
Shit.
I can be moving a lot, but like if I'm moving,
if like in the game something's really fast, that makes
sense. And if it helps you at all, get a fan, man, and put it like right in front of you and blow it.
I want to try to find a racing game in VR. I feel like that would be crazy, dude.
I have one, man. They are cool. I have one. I think it's a Project Cars demo. I think that's what it is. But it's cool as shit, man. You got to come down and shift and shit. It's cool.
Yeah. I mean, the Star Wars one that I got, it's super cool because like it's in 3 parts, but like each part's $10, unfortunately. But each one, you beat the story. There's also like a training thing that you can go into, and then you just walk in, and there's a fucking lightsaber just sitting there, and you just pick it up, turn it on, and like those little balls come out, and they start shooting lasers, and you can like hit them back, or you can just like throw your lightsaber and like force pull it back. You feel like a Jedi. It's so cool. Dude. It's the closest way we're gonna get to using an actual lightsaber.
All right,
but that's why I have
flag. Vernon, no, you go ahead. You had a quick thing.
Oh yeah, it's just a stupid random fact that I heard today, and I was just like, what? I just wanted to bring it up to you guys. Like, all right, so if I had to ask you, when the dodo went extinct, what would you guys say?
A dodo.
I guess the 1800s.
Alex said 1989.
He said 1989.
I said 1800s. I don't have a year, but that's my century.
I don't know, man. I'll go with like the 1400s.
I was thinking like
millions
BC.
of years ago.
Like no, not quite like thousands of years ago, like BC. You know.
Okay.
Turns out the last confirmed sighting of the dodo was in 1662. Okay.
1662, huh?
Apparently, that was the last sighting of it that they have like confirmed and everything. So like they put the extinction time up to like 1690.
How did they confirm that someone looked at a dodo bird?
That's the last confirmed sighting.
The confirmation is
too.
They wrote it in a journal just saying, "I seen it."
He's a real
An escaped slave claimed to see the dodo as recently as 1674. Okay, so like there's they said there's like the last sighting of it is real iffy. It could be as late as 1797, so almost 1800.
They went extinct. A dodo bird.
Because
they were on one island chilling, and then people came to that island. More or less, that's the long story short of it. Like, you know,
fucking people, man.
I don't know. It just was random. I found that out today, and I was like, that's very interesting.
Them birds just chilling, and we just
wait. Did you say a slave saw him in 1662?
No, 1674.
Oh,
an escaped slave.
I wonder a slave of what? Like,
I don't know, slaves go way back.
No, I understand, but I'm trying to think like.
It was probably like an Indian slave or something, because they where the dodos are is like way on the other side. It's like the like that part of the world. Like
I mean,
the
we
Eastern
started
Asia part.
moving to America in the 1600s, so I mean,
Yeah, and it's late 1600s,
that makes sense.
and a lot of those boats were coming from Africa to a bunch of others. So like I don't know, who knows? But they say 1690 is like the
official
date
cutoff
when they're like, yeah, this thing went extinct, because that's even like 24 years after his sighting of it. But yeah, that's all. Just wanted to say that.
I thought the dodos were on the Galapagos Island, to be honest with you.
No, it's turtles, man.
I know the turtles are there, but I thought they were there too. Like, turtles aren't the only animal on the fucking island.
Nope, it's just turtles.
It's just a big old bunch of fucking turtles.
Only turtles. I saw it on a documentary. Just turtles.
Man, we did a whole podcast today, and we didn't even talk about Godzilla versus Kong.
That's because we have a whole review.
I'll have to save that for the review. So we'll
see all these notes I have written.
You took
notes.
notes.
I don't see them.
You took notes.
Took notes, man.
Damn.
I didn't have
thought about it, but I just wanted to enjoy it.
Kong.
That's how you do. That's how you do reviews.
That is how you do reviews.
Listen, I didn't think Godzilla versus Kong was that complicated of a movie.
It don't matter. I watched a video where they do
man,
like
this isn't like a dissertation. I ain't trying to like break it down.
Videos?
Big lizard.
It says dislike.
It doesn't matter. You're doing a review. You're gonna put down.
I know what you mean.
You got if you're gonna do it seriously, you're gonna have something to talk about.
I would do that, Alex. I have notes on Justice League. I have.
I have notes on Justice League too, man. That's on the back page.
I have notes on Justice League. I did not take any notes on Godzilla and Kong though.
Let's go.
But yeah,
I'm taking notes.
Evan, you can wrap us up.
Oh, okay.
I gotta
so don't check in next week because we won't be here for Squad Pod, but we will be here Monday for Squad Nights and Thursday for Squad Pod Sports. So just keep an eye out on our Facebook and Twitter pages. The Squad Pod Sports one's probably a little more active than the Squad Pod one if you're on Twitter. It's way more active.
We'll see. We'll see. We might be changing that. We talked about that.
We talked about it, but
that's coming up.
But anyway, go follow that. The Facebook page, we're going to be updated. We're going to try to update the YouTube community one as well. So if you haven't already, please subscribe because we got a ton of stuff we're working on. Obviously, but now we're actually going to be bringing it to fruition. So just stay tuned. We'll be coming back at episode 40 to be determined, but it will be coming back with a bang. So definitely don't miss out on that. So like, comment, when did you think the dodo bird became extinct? Let
us know your
we
answer.
Clearly didn't know.
When did you think it?
Alex thought it went extinct with freaking disco or something.
He thought it went extinct 20 some years ago. 29 years.
Disco killed the dodo.
Vernon thought it went extinct with the dinosaurs. So I mean, I
thought it went extinct with like the Egyptian culture type, like back then, like the pyramids. Like that's literally what I thought, but I was way off.
Yeah,
I was off by way more time than Alex was. So
that's true.
Honestly,
yo, speaking of like. This is my last fact here, but like speaking of like things that are like strange, like separations of time that you don't think about it.
I know
this
what you're actually. Say.
I don't think you do. I'm scared to you don't.
Go ahead, never mind. Keep going.
Why? I know you watch AVGN. Do you watch AVGN? Anybody else here? Anyways, he just did a review on he's a very famous YouTuber. Anybody who watches YouTube pretty much knows who he is. Anyways, his review of Simon Quest came out 16 years after the video game came out. And that review now is 16 years old. So it's just like a crazy, like, this game is so old, but he's
so wrong.
I know. Yeah, that's why I was like, no, there's no way.
I was just like,
don't you think it, Vern?
I don't think you
I
do.
thought he was going to say something like, oh, the Stegosaurus lived closer to us than it did to the Tyrannosaurus.
I don't know fucking
because like that type of shit's true. Like the Stegosaurus is closer to us time wise than
another dinosaur,
T-Rex or something like that. Yeah.
No,
I thought that's what you were gonna say.
No, man, my shit was about Angry Video Game Nerd. I just thought it was crazy that this dude's been on YouTube for that fucking long.
Oh, wait, you talking about that dude that like I think I know who you're talking about. I watch
I do
his
know
videos.
we've watched his videos together. I
Yeah.
know you know him. James Rolfe, Angry Video
Yeah.
Game Nerd. Yeah.
I love his videos.
But like it's one of his first videos is as old as the game he reviewed at that point. So just
Right.
like that's how long he's been around. I'm just like,
Damn.
holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
A long fucking time.
Yeah,
It's
YouTube
like the
came out in
dawn of
2005. It makes sense.
Yeah, man.
That's
So,
wild.
crazy. All right,
But
that's it for me.
anyway, so as we were
Okay.
saying, yeah, so just stay tuned. Keep an eye out for everything. We'll be back with just
A lot of exciting things.
a lot of
coming.
exciting things. Yeah, we
Come back
are
swinging
stoked.
strong.
In May, we will be taking over. So be there for when it
Maybe-
happens.
Maybe I'll have tapped that out
Go
by the time
Drew.
we start that. Go Yankees.
But yes,
Yeah.
until then, everybody, make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you. But Alex already gone. See you, Alex. I'll see you in May.
Alex, peace before we even stop recording. Later.